So let's start our very first unit test. I'll go inside, let me create a file, and then it will be app.spec.js. Did that file generate on its own? Yes, by typing the parcel file. All right. So now what I'll do is I will import my construct to do function inside here. So let me do the same thing. Equal to require of utils, and then this would be construct to do. Now the first test is to be testing. It should create a new to do object. All right. It accepts a callback function, and then this is where I have to start evaluating that function. So let me just create a new to do of to do by constructing a to do, and let me keep any title and any body. I'll say lorem ipsum $ect instu. Some words, because this is exactly how you will see in lorem ipsum text. Now I should get expect to do to equal, because if you could remember inside our matches, if you want to equalize some referential data, you can literally equal them with the help of this to equal method. So I'm going to use that now. So let's say to equal of title of lorem ipsum. Make sure that you're typing exactly whatever you typed here, and then body should be $ect instru. All right. So now let me try to run my gist file by opening a new terminal and then typing the keyword gist. And it takes some time. It runs to run this test, and it says some error. Expect dot to equal is not a function. Oh yeah, sorry, I have imported the wrong thing. Sorry for that. I should have imported the correct one. Require utils.js, and then I am having construct to do. Sorry for that. Let me run once again. It says it will have been already declared. Oh, it has already declared. I didn't see that. Right. Oh yeah, finally, it has passed. So it also took the folder inside tests1, because anything which has the name tests will be automatically recognizable by just. And not only that, if you have the file naming as app.spec.js, that is what I told you already, right? Just will automatically find this out. So to make sure that you are not running all of your tests, what I can do is I can just come here and say just, and then run whatever I have inside my app.spec.js, which is super easy. All I have to do is just type app.spec.js, so that it will only run app.spec.js. Yeah, I didn't run that. I think I have used the file module thing. No, it still runs everything. Yeah, both names are same. Oh, sir. Yeah, correct. So I have to just say app once.spec.js, and let me now run app.spec.js. Oh yeah, now it works. So yes, we are going to concentrate from app.spec.js, and as you can see, the test has been passed. It is creating a new to-do object, but I can also start testing some more if you want, because there are some edge cases. Like let's say if I copy this test and then come here, it should return undefined for falsy values, or it should return undefined for what shall I keep? Empty values. Yeah, for empty values. All right. So now if I constructed to do with an empty string, or with a body of something, but with the title of an empty string, I should have the value of to be undefined, because if you could remember, we had a method called to be undefined. Right? I save it and let me show you that. You can see it has to be undefined. So now if I run it, obviously you will see the tests getting failed, because I am not getting that, but instead I have received something else. Now this, my people, is called as test driven development. You'll first write all of your tests first, and then you'll come to your function and start coding. Thereby, you'll have a pattern to what you have to build. This is something many companies do to make sure that their code is not buggy. Right? This is called as test driven development. You are predicting your tests first, and then you'll go to your code and change it. So now we have an idea that if either your title or body is empty, you need to return undefined. All right. So let's do that. Let me come inside my utils.js and then say if there is no title, or let me see if title.length is equal to 0 or body.length is equal to 0, then let me return undefined. So what I'm doing is if either my title.length is 0 or my body.length is 0, I'm returning undefined. Now if I come back and test this, I think it should pass, but let me see. Oh yeah, it has passed. So now are you able to understand the pattern, people? What I do is I will literally limit by having a default argument here. If I didn't pass any values, I'll default an argument as an empty string so that I can limit all those unnecessary checks. That is something you have to keep in mind at all times, people. Testing is fine, but what should be tested is a very good question. You should not like test every single possibility. You should only test what exactly could happen and what exactly that could not happen. And that is something you will develop only by experience. You should know what exactly to test, and you should know what exactly not to test, because that is a time related thing, right? If you start testing something, then it is somehow wasting your time as well as saving your time. And that really depends on what type of tests you are concentrating. All right, so next thing is to add to to-dos array. So what I'll do is I will get the particular to-dos array and then put it inside thing. So I'll have to-dos.push. So I think you can have a to-dos array here. Const to-dos dot is equal to this one, and then you can have to-dos.push, and then you can have the to-do object. It's as easy as that. All right. And finally, we have to inject this element into a DOM. Now, this is where a lot of test cases, you can feel that it can happen, but unfortunately, Node.js doesn't have the power to control DOM because obviously it's a server-side framework. You cannot handle DOM inside Node.js. You can handle it with the help of some packages, but again, you cannot do it manually. I don't want to complicate it, but yes, you cannot do that normally. So what I'll do is I'll just create the list and then inject. What I can do is I can even create another function called construct element. That construct element can get a li tag as a string, and then I can check whether if it is doing the right way or not. So I'll just have const to-do list item is equal to construct the particular element. All right, I'll pass the object of to-do object, and then this construct element should do nothing but create a li tag and then have two paragraph tags inside, one for body, one for title. Okay, so let me show that inside my utils.js, and then have function construct element. Now, the reason why I'm keeping it as a super boiled down version is because one, we have a time constraint, which is just 2 hours. And another thing is testing is something where you can go endless possibilities of checking all the edge cases. That is the reason why I'm limiting to such small functions. Okay, so what I'll do is, because I still have some topics to teach as well. We have integration testing yet, we have end-to-end testing yet. So I have to cover them as well, right? That's right. So I'll return a string of li. Then you can have some p tags. And then inside that p tag, one would be to-do dot title, and another one would be to-do dot body. Right. So once again, I will have this construct element as well, and then immediately let me go to app.spec.js and then import that as well. Construct element, right? So now test should be, it should create a HTML element in string. All right. So I'm testing it. I'll say const to list item would be construct element, and then passing an object here. I'm just defining a normal object. You know what? Let me just copy this fully and then paste here. I have an extra parenthesis, I guess. So let me come here, then paste it. I think I did leave some parentheses here. Yeah. So quotes and then curly braces. Okay, fine.